Hello LAS 1600s. This is one of your trusty two co-instructors, Carol Smith. This is going to be the first of several video demonstrations that we're going to be providing to the class over the coming weeks, where we're going to show you in action many of the techniques for conducting research that are mentioned in your e-text. In this particular session, we're going to go into the library catalog, the Quest library catalog, and we're going to look at ways to move beyond keyword searching. Now, if you'll recall, there are many ways to access the Quest catalog from the library homepage. One way is to click here, and another way is to click right here, find books, videos, and Quest, and another way is to click here, and there might even be a few others hidden about. This is the way I most typically access the catalog, so I'm going to go ahead and do so now. Alright, and here is the Quest library catalog. Recall that the library catalog is the primary access tool for researching the physical holdings of the library. And physical holdings of a library, we most typically think of books, but as you have learned in your text readings, the library also has a wide variety of other formats, everything from government documents to maps to games to microfilm, so on and so forth. Increasingly, we are linking electronic resources to the Quest catalog as well. These include ebooks and they include electronic government documents, but there are many electronic resources that you cannot access via the library catalog, and it's important, critically important, to be aware of what those are. For example, if you want to research articles that are published within journals, you cannot access or search those articles within the Quest library catalog. You must use the library's subscription databases to do so. You can only search at the journal level, not the article level in Quest. But I'm already digressing. We want to talk about ways to move beyond keyword searching. And I'm going to tell you right now, a good percentage of students do not move beyond keyword searching. There's this drop-down field right here that says keyword. They're going to click in this field, type in search terms that mirror what they're looking for. They might get frustrated, they might get lucky. But we can be more strategic. Keyword searching is a great way to start researching a topic, but once you hone in on what you're looking for, there tends to be better ways to conduct a search. So let's look at a couple of those. Let's hit that drop-down menu. And the lesson here is really to explore your interface, whether it's a database or a library catalog or any type of information retrieval system. Explore the interface. These options are here to make you a better searcher, to give you more strategic results. Let's try a couple of these. Let's suppose we have an assignment in an English class, and this is a pretty ambitious assignment, to read a novel by the famous Russian author Dostoevsky and write an essay about it. So you want to find books by Dostoevsky. Now, let's say I didn't move beyond a keyword search. I just said, well, I want books written by Dostoevsky, and I do a keyword search. Let's see what happens. So I get 119 results. And all of these 119 results, in and within these results, there are novels by Dostoevsky. Here's one right here. But there's also a lot of works about Dostoevsky and works that mention Dostoevsky. And these are not really useful for what we're looking for. We can do better than this. If we know we want a novel by Dostoevsky, let's do an author search. And as you learned in your e-text, there is a little trick. You can't put first name followed by last name when searching for an author. You need to start with the last name. Now let's say we don't know Dostoevsky's first name. Oh, there's the answer right there. You can just put in the last name and run a search. And what we find is in the library catalog, there are actually two authors with the surname of Dostoevsky. There's Amy Dostoevsky and there's Fyodor Dostoevsky. Fyodor is the man we're looking for. So if we click on his name, we will get to a list of the 49 works that are actually by Dostoevsky. And these include novels, but also perhaps short stories, letters, correspondence, and so forth. Of course, if you do know the first name, you can include that after the last name in your search, and that will, it should just take you right to, as long as you've typed in the author's name correctly, directly to the set of results, works by Dostoevsky. This is what I mean by power searching. You want to look at the best possible set of results. Let's try another one. Let's do a title search. Let's say we want to read the novel by the famous American author John Steinbeck, The Grapes of Wrath. Well, I could type in The Grapes of Wrath And in the Quest catalog, that's going to work. You're going to notice here that we've actually got movies for the Grapes of Wrath. We've also got works about the Grapes of Wrath, for instance, critical essays. But here is the title itself. There's 8 entries. This is what we're really looking for. And what we find is most of these entries are the novel by John Steinbeck. And we've got several copies because it is such a popular novel. You could choose the one you want and go find it on the 3rd floor. Okay. And by the way, we are looking at a list view of results in the Quest catalog, so you're just getting the most basic information to help you locate that item. For instance, here on result number 2, we can see that the Grapes of Wrath is located on the 3rd floor of the library. Here's the call number to find it in the book stacks, and as you learned in your e-text, these call numbers are arranged by the Library of Congress classification system, not the Dewey Decimal System that is used in most public libraries and school libraries. So that's a new classification system to get to know. I hope you all use the interactive exercise in your e-text to learn how to interpret and order Library of Congress call numbers. And I can tell you from personal experience, it's very important to look at the status of a book. Don't go up to the 3rd floor and get frustrated looking for a book that's already been checked out by another student, as I have done in the past. I learned my lesson the hard way. Check that it's available before you run upstairs to go get it. But, back to the point. As you learned in your e-text, many library catalogs and other types of search engines, if a title begins with a helper word like a, it actually drops that. And if you try and search the title of the work with that helper word included, you're not going to get results. Now that's not true in the Quest catalog. It'll work either way. If I drop the word the, that works equally well in the library catalog. But in many catalogs, it does not work well yet. I think that's going to be remedied over time moving into the future, but for now it's really best to just get in best habits and drop that helper word when it starts off the title of your book. Okay, we've already been looking at this for 7 minutes. I want to move next to looking at subject searching, which is really one of the most powerful ways to search a library catalog or database. But I'm going to go ahead and hit the stop button. We'll make that a separate video demonstration.